Now, into the ticket office of Disneyland.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Don't think the CIA is going to be trying to hack your second-gen iPod.
I didn't think so. There might have been a lot of illegal music on there. I wouldn't doubt it. But, I mean...
Because that would be stupid.
iTunes is a constant source of embarrassment.
I approve this message.
I really, 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 really don't see Apple ever doing that. I am Nadella.
I can't do it anymore without laughing. I was going to do the whole thing. Welcome, everyone, to the Calling All Platforms podcast. I am your host today. My name? Captain One-Eyed Wesley. I am here with my shipmates, the black-bearded Caleb. Avast, and we have to our left here, Scurvy Landon. That was no thought. That was all him. It's what he told me. That's his pirate name. I didn't think of that at all.
Wow.
He swabs the decks.
I like how I'm black-bearded and you've got scurvy. Like, that's fantastic.
I do have a cough.
Scurvy.
I guess that kind of counts.
It helps.
Oh, my gosh.
Why do my talking like this, do you ask? Well, there was a game that released, and I'm totally pirated out.
I was going to say, it's not September, so it's obviously not Talk Like a Pirate Day.
No, it is not. But with my one eye, we shall get through this. Arr.
Every day is Talk Like a Pirate Day and Sea of Thieves.
Oh, man.
Apparently.
It is the best. It is the best. I've had fun. We'll talk about Sea of Thieves later.
Yes.
But, man, I just thought that would be fun. I didn't tell you guys I was going to do it.
Nope. That was new.
That was new. Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening in. And if you're still here, we're going to go ahead and talk some tech.
Wow.
Oh, this is awesome. Well, I hear that Caleb has a lot. I mean, just notes upon notes today.
I kind of do, yeah.
So let's go ahead and start with some Apple news and then whatever news you have, shall we?
All right, let's do this.
All right.
Okay, first we're going to start with a rumor.
Ooh.
Because, of course,
Apple.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit about iPads and the rumored iPad updates. So reports are now pointing toward a WWDC release for what we are expecting to be a new bezel-less iPad that will be about the same size physically as the 10.5-inch iPad, but with an 11-inch screen. So a half inch of extra screen real estate by just getting rid of the bezels, which is cool. The report did say they don't expect there to be a notch, either because of the lack of face recognition or because the bezel that is going to be there, because there will still be some bezel, is going to be big enough that they can actually just fit the module in there without having to put a notch into the screen. I got to admit, putting a notch on a screen that size would look, hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't even, whatever.
I'm willing to bet the bezel is probably going to be just the same size as what the side bezels are right now, all the way around the device.
Probably, which should leave enough space in whatever bezel that they want to put a Face
For
ID
a camera,
sensor in.
yeah.
They can put it in there, whatever. But yeah, so facial recognition we're expecting a basically bezel-less design. Reports are somewhat split. Okay, actually, they're not that split. We're expecting an LED display on the thing, or an LCD display on the thing, not a OLED. But there are a few reports that are all like, oh yeah, totally. They're going to have, 11-inch OLED displays on these. And I'm like, maybe. They're actually also rumored to be updating the 12.9-inch iPad as well. It seems more likely to me that the bigger one would be the one to get the OLED display. But, bezel-less, OLED, the two tend to go together.
Yes.
So, I don't know. We'll see. That's rumored for WWDC, which, next piece of news, WWDC a couple weeks ago was confirmed to be the week of June 4th. And registration is, well, it was open when I made this note. It has since been closed, and the lottery has started going out to the people that signed up for it. I highly doubt anybody listening to this podcast missed that piece of news and has the resources to actually go to WWDC. So,
I wish I did. That'd be
Probably
awesome.
Wouldn't that
really
be
not
awesome?
that big a deal, but
I mean, I would go. I have no idea what I'd be looking at.
Just
This
like-
looks cool, guys.
Whatever.
Show up with your Windows phone.
Oh my
Surface.
gosh. I would get a T-shirt, Sea of Thieves T-shirt, Xbox like wrist, like full on, just like
well,
everything.
You'd
One of
probably-
my favorite things that I remember watching was Marquez Brownlee went to the event where they announced the Apple Watch wearing a Moto 360 and took a picture of his Moto 360 walking into the event, and I thought that is amazing.
Nice.
Yes, that would be something I would do.
You do it right, they'll probably give you like an award for like this person is the most out of place.
They
at this
probably
event.
have special tables for that. Oh, you're here. Come here. Right here.
You get your own box.
Here's a booster seat and your bib. Okay, thank you. Can I have a root beer?
You know what? If they give you a root beer for free, then I mean, why not?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Windows. Little flag, everything.
Give me food. Yes.
We'll work for food.
We'll work for food. Thanks. I would totally stream that to my mixer. I would. Everything. I'm like,
heck
here
yeah.
I am,
Yep.
WWDC. Not knowing anything that they're telling me, but I'm here. A lot of bad looks.
That would be the most expensive troll in the history of tech trolling.
That would be amazing, though. I would probably make headlines. I really
I'm
would.
sure
I bet
you
I would.
would.
Because I'd
guarantee
have a
it.
lot of people just video recording me like this. Just
Yep.
look at this idiot. I'd even do certain faces like, hey, take my picture. I would. I'd totally eat it up, too. Just, do you want that press? I'd be like, calling all platforms right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be associated
I know.
with that.
See, yes. It would be awesome, though.
It would be hilarious.
True.
There's no doubt.
I'm just saying. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Okay. So yeah, that's WWDC. Charging mat. They announced that. What did they call that? Air power or something like that?
Something like that.
The
and,
iMat.
and the wireless AirPod charging case. Reports are we're still expecting to see that released in March. So, time's a wasting. They're not out yet.
March 31st.
I mean,
Mark your calendars.
See, here's the thing. I'm not actually expecting them to be at the March event because since we missed last week, get an update now. There's a March event for Apple. There's going to be an event. In
Yeah.
fact, it's tomorrow on the 27th. The title of the event is Let's Take a Field Trip with the tagline of join us to hear creative new ideas for teachers and students. That's kind of why I don't think that the wireless charging mat for iPhones and the wireless charging case for wireless headphones are going to be talked about there. They may bring them, mention them in passing. Oh, by the way, we're releasing these things today, but I still don't expect, anytime. I kind of just expect a press release, the store will get updated, and then all of a sudden, they'll be there. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. I don't think it's going to be at that event. But let's talk a little bit about that event. So it's education focused, in case the tagline, creative new ideas for teachers and students, didn't quite make, and the very Miss Frizzle-esque name of the event.
Yeah.
Let's take a field trip.
Ah.
Please let this be a normal field trip. With the frizz? No way.
Oh, thank you. That's
Anyways.
exactly what I was thinking. And those of you that aren't 30 or older, that was the magic of the school bus.
Hey,
You just
Netflix
go back and watch it.
remade
That's true.
Magic School Bus.
And they use pretty much the exact same theme song.
True story.
Performed by,
Huh.
what's his face, instead of Little Richard? Is that who did the original?
I can't remember.
I want to say it was Little Richard.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I can't remember.
The guy who wrote Hamilton did it for the new one, though. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name?
I'm going to look. Science.
Well, it's just really obvious, and I'm going to feel like an idiot as soon as I hear his name, because I know his name. Anyways. So it's an education-focused event. What can Apple possibly be talking about in regards to education? Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's his name. Gosh dang it, I just needed to move on. Anyways. Moving on.
Moving on.
MacBooks and iPads have both been kind of in the education market, and Apple has kind of pitched them towards education markets on a number of occasions. We have been expecting both a lower cost MacBook and a lower cost iPad. those rumors have been kind of floating around for a couple of months now. So there's a chance that they could fit in lower cost MacBooks and refreshed low end iPads into this event pretty easily. They have done an education focused event like this before. It was in 2012, and it was all about software. Had nothing to do with anything that was
And they haven't
really
updated that software since then.
Since 2012.
So let's hope that they do that too.
Yeah, that would be nice. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we won't be getting hardware at this event. The fact of the matter is they've only ever done one of these before. And it's been, I can do math, 6 years ago.
It's 2018.
Didn't you watch the Magic School Bus?
They did. It's not a math
Not
show.
enough, apparently.
Not
It's a
enough.
science show.
That was sang by Little Richard, by the way.
It was? Okay.
Yes.
Good deal.
Just wanted to update you.
So there's a chance they could do hardware. We don't really have enough bullet points on our spreadsheet to know whether or not this event is going to have hardware in it. If they do hardware, we are currently expecting a new cheapest iPad ever, down from the $330 range, which is where the cheapest iPad is now, down to around $250, which is that's firmly in Chromebook territory as far as pricing is concerned, and that's pretty darn cheap. In addition to that, there's actually rumors that thing is going to support the Pencil, which would be dope.
I also kind of expect a new pencil, a new cheaper pencil, or an updated pencil that's the same price as the current one, and then the current one goes cheaper for this purpose. That's what I kind of see happening.
Yes, hopefully with a different methodology for charging the thing than...
No, why would they do that?
Maybe wireless charging. Anyways, maybe that's how they're going to work the AirPower into the presentation. That would make sense, actually. Okay, anyways. But yeah, so that's kind of the rumor right now, is that we're going to be getting this cheaper iPad with support for the Pencil that they're going to be gearing toward classrooms. Down there, it can compete with the Chromebook in terms of price and in terms of feature set and available apps and that kind of thing. And they have been doing a lot of work to simplify the management of large numbers of iOS devices over the past couple of versions of iOS. So they actually probably are ready to try and push the iPad back into the education market again. They've made a lot of improvements. So that's what I expect will be at the event. There's also a slim, in my opinion, very slim chance that they will talk about cheaper MacBooks. The problem with that is it doesn't matter how much, even if we get my ideal, which is they take the current MacBook, slap Thunderbolt 3 onto it, and then drop the price of the thing down to $700 for the entry-level MacBook, that is still pretty darn expensive to be putting into schools, especially considering the power that thing has. It's just not really worth it. You can get, better laptops that have more power, that are better suited for schools at that price, and your trade-off is that the screen isn't as nice and it's not made out of aluminum and it's a lot bigger, but schools don't care. Yeah. The whole advantage of the MacBook is its ultra portability and really high resolution screen, and you don't need either of those in a classroom setting. So I kind of don't think that that's going to be at this event. I expect that if we see anything about that anytime soon, that it's going to be at WWDC, which is actually looking like that's when we're going to see any information about this new Mac Pro and any updates to their laptop lines and any updates to the iMac line and stuff like that. So that's what I'm expecting. So tomorrow, probably just the iPad, probably a whole bunch of information about their new, about software and their new classroom kit, which is an API that they've been developing that they teased. They talked about a little bit last year at WWDC. So I expect more information about that as well. Here's the interesting thing. This event will not be live streamed.
Right.
Which kind of makes some sense because they're doing it out of a gymnasium at a Chicago high school. So, I don't know if the Wi-Fi would really handle it. So yeah, this event's not going to be live streamed. Makes sense, but it will be available to watch via the normal way that you watch Apple events after the fact. And that's, we'll have more news on what exactly that event was at next week's podcast.
Sweet.
Okay, moving on. More rumors. The iPhone X in blush gold.
Why not rose gold?
So this was actually a rumor that was before the iPhone X was even announced. They were rumored to be releasing it in a blush gold color that looked really tacky, in my opinion. So I don't know why this rumor is popping up again 5 months after the release of the phone, but at the same time, the Project Red iPhone 7 came out
about this
about
time.
this time last year. So,
Which is still if I were to buy one, that would probably be the one I'd buy.
That was a pretty phone. I've looked
Yes.
at the $100 knockoff iPhone 7s from China just so that I could get an iPhone that color. So yeah, it's not impossible, but I'm gonna call shenanigans. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They might introduce a blush gold color for the new iPhones that come in September, but no, we're not getting an update to the iPhone X now, halfway through its release cycle, to just add gold as a color option. Don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, this is important. On Wednesday the 21st, so a couple days back, Apple launched a new spring line of Apple Watch bands.
Makes sense.
Yep, it's spring.
They tend to do
Yay.
stuff like that.
Is of like 7 or 8 different colors and whatnot, and I'm like,
I mean, that's what I think of when spring happens. Update to my Apple Watch.
bands. Yep.
My
So anyways,
lack thereof that I have.
moving on. Yeah, same here.
Fair enough.
That is always my least exciting piece of news. It's all like, new watch bands. I'm like, yeah, because we were running short
Yeah.
before.
Well, I
Jeez.
think honestly, watch bands is something Apple has done right with the
That's
Apple
true.
Watch.
That's true.
Why-
There's
why do you
so
say that?
many of them.
Because there's a ton of them and they're super easy to change in and out.
Yep.
The only downside is the Apple branded watch bands are too expensive.
Yes.
Most of them.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Because
can
they're like
get,
$60 for their rubber one,
Yeah.
like the sport
Yeah.
band that's
which, I mean, to
probably
be fair,
costs like 10 cents to make.
that material is fantastic. Like,
I'm
there
not
is
saying it's
no
bad
other
quality.
plastic material on Earth that feels like that stuff does. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're bad quality, but $60.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Ugh.
it's a premium product. Everything is overpriced.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can buy third-party watch bands too.
Right.
And there's quite a lot of them because it's an Apple device and everybody supports Apple devices out the wazoo. So, yeah, there's lots of options there. And that gives you a lot of customizability. You really should not have the same Apple Watch as anyone else. There's not really any reason to do it. Even if what you have to do is just get buy a deal at Best Buy where they include an extra watch band for free or something like that, and then just change one side to the other color and leave the other side the original color so that you've got a dual toned watch band, and okay, cool.
Yay.
Like nobody else has that.
I want one side to be the sport band and one side to be the loop band.
I don't think that's possible.
I'm going to make it work.
I'm pretty sure they'd have to both sides be the same type of band at least.
That's what you think.
But I could be wrong, I suppose. Okay, last piece of news. This is not Apple news, but this is tech news, and it's kind of a big deal. An autonomous Uber struck and killed a pedestrian in Arizona last week.
I saw that.
So,
Meaning on the TV, not in front of me.
you were the safety driver in the Uber.
Hi. Windows here.
So the vehicle was in autonomous mode, was driving itself, and the pedestrian was crossing a street outside of a crosswalk. From what it sounds like, so they had police investigators out there looking into this, more so than they normally would for a vehicle accident, even a vehicle homicide. And or technically manslaughter, I guess, because it's an accident, right? Is that how anyways?
Yeah, just move on.
Whatever. They actually said it would have been difficult for a human driver to avoid that situation. She'd come out from behind some trees or from under some shade or something like that, and it was a bright day. And so they're all even a human driver might have hit this person. There's a chance of that. So it's not necessarily the autonomous vehicle's fault, but it does raise a lot of really interesting questions. The main one is that okay, so a human driver, especially one that was buzzed or drowsy, would probably have done exactly the same thing, which means that okay, we've got cars driving themselves as well as buzzed or drowsy human drivers, but if you want to justify the existence of these things, they have to drive better than the average person.
Right.
Otherwise, it's safer and more cost effective to just have the average person drive their own car. So these things have to be better. They have to be better than human drivers. They have to see accidents coming that human drivers would never spot and then avoid them. Otherwise, what's the point of having autonomous vehicles?
That's true.
Like,
yeah, like
so that I can take a nap while I'm driving to work. Okay, but I might get into an accident just the same as I would with a drunk if I was driving drunk while I'm taking that nap. Like, it doesn't seem like a great option. So yeah, it definitely revealed some of the shortcomings that we still have, even with all of the research and development that is being done into self-driving cars. And we've got some distance to cover, and I can actually I can vouch for that since I work for a company that makes cars drive themselves. And we've got some ground to cover. Skynet is nowhere in the near future.
Yeah.
I can promise, vehicles and stuff that controls themselves and artificial intelligence that thinks for itself. We are hundreds of years away from artificial intelligence that has the actual intelligence to do a robot apocalypse type scenario. Just is not even remotely possible with the technology.
You really jumped there. You were talking about cars, and you went to.
I went
robot
to Skynet.
Apocalypse,
Oh, come on! Cars that drive themselves and the robot apocalypse are like the two most conflated things in the world.
Okay.
Anyways, but that was that. If you've seen that in the news, yes, it raises some important questions that we should be asking about the development of this technology. And we're asking the questions. I think there's probably going to be some more legislative oversight put into place as a result of this kind of thing, because, it's terrible when a human strikes and kills somebody with their car. But at least in that case, it's pretty simple to point and say, okay, was this person's fault?
Yeah.
Whereas this one, there was a guy sitting in the car. But
he wasn't paying attention.
Right,
he crapped himself.
He wasn't.
Though.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do I do?
He did.
I wasn't driving.
It's the car's fault. But that's the thing. It can't be the car's fault. So is it the guy's fault? He wasn't actually driving, though. He was more of a passenger. So is it the engineer who programmed the thing's fault? Is it the company that made the car's fault? Whose fault is this?
These are the questions.
Yes,
and
we have lots of questions.
These are hard
to ask,
questions.
And we need to. It's been a little bit of the Wild West up to this point, and so it probably will not be after this point. So yeah, good times. Anyways, that's the last piece of tech news that I had.
That's crazy.
Pretty somber. We ended on a death, for the first time ever for this podcast.
Jeez,
at least for my
Caleb.
segment.
Gosh.
No, we've ended on a death before. Windows died. The band died.
The band died.
I'm just saying.
True. Okay, I am ending one of my segments on a death for the first time for this podcast.
There you go.
Kind of sombering.
All right, Landon. Scurvy. Landon the scurvy.
Oh,
I like
gosh.
it. I'll think of
Who
something.
invited you?
That was you.
Yeah,
You
that
told
was
me
a
to
mistake.
come to here and record. And talking to this thing. No. Anyway, Landon, what you got?
Okay. So, first thing I want to talk about is there is a new API for Google Maps that is pretty awesome. And what they're doing with it is making it so developers can tie into this API and use Google Maps for AR purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, one way I heard of it being used is, say, in Pokemon Go. You are, looking through your phone and finding different things. If you are at a gym, it could just not show what the regular building is, but show a completely new building. Basically, that looks like a Pokemon gym.
That's cool.
Huh.
And developers can tweak a lot of things that you can see within Google Maps.
See, that's interesting. That's that makes sense with the newer games that those companies are coming out with.
Oh man,
the Jurassic Park one.
The first game that gives me the option to set up a virtual scavenger hunt with my phone and then send people out on it.
Right.
That's going to be dope.
See, that is cool. No, I guess there's a company. I don't think it's the same one that did Pokemon Go. They're doing Jurassic Park, so you can.
Right. Yeah, it's a different company, but
yeah, thought that was cool. But
similar.
no, that makes sense. That would be kind of cool.
Now, if you could get
with
that game. This would be awesome. Use Google Maps, so when you're driving down the road, you have a T-Rex chasing you.
Let's go faster.
Let's go faster.
You
beat me to it. Let's go faster.
That would be amazing.
While Ian Malcolm is talking to you about the dinosaurs.
Oh, man.
Jeff Goldblum.
He is your navigator in Google
Oh,
Maps.
dude.
That would be awesome. I would totally... I would pay
I would buy
money.
that game.
I
Actually-
would pay money to have Jeff Goldblum be my
Actually-
navigational voice for my phone. That
Just
would
so
be
you
awesome.
know, he's actually the voice for in the new game that's coming out when you build your Jurassic Park.
Oh, he's gonna,
He's the Leonard Nimoy, if you will.
The narrator.
Yeah,
Nice.
I thought that was cool.
That's awesome.
That
Sorry,
is
that was
awesome.
a tangent, but go ahead.
But yeah, so Google has put out this API that makes it so you can do AR stuff within Google Maps, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
available on both Android and iOS,
Sweet.
so it's not just limited to Android phones or just Pixel phones or something. You know, it's there for everyone to use.
So are they tied into ARKit with Google Maps on iPhone?
I would assume. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's an API within Google Maps, the app.
Right.
So
Okay.
it would probably tie in with AR Core on Android and ARKit
yeah,
on
yeah.
iOS. I would assume it would have to.
Yeah.
In order to really fully take advantage of the AR capabilities of the device,
Right.
it would need to.
Yeah.
If
So
not, then it's coming soon. Obviously, I mean that's
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
like on Android, that kind of limits it on specific phones, but that makes sense. It
Yeah.
needs the hardware in order to really work well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, you can do AR stuff on non-AR core phones. It just is hit or miss on how good it actually works.
It just feels a whole lot like the Pokemon Go implementation before all of this AR stuff started
Right.
happening.
Right. Yeah.
Which isn't amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it's like,
It's technically
whatever.
functional, but that's about it.
Yeah.
barely.
That's actually really cool. That's a cool tech thing for Google Maps.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Google apparently is spending some money.
Some.
They have reportedly bought Lytro for 40. I think I saw 40 billion, but then I heard 40 million. Either way, a lot of money.
Wow.
Money I don't have.
That is a difference of like 1,000 times those.
That is
True.
true.
I mean, what I have written down is 40
Details.
billion, but then earlier I think I heard 40 million, so I'm not entirely sure
Yeah.
which is correct.
40
Either way, they're spending a lot of freaking money
That's yes. Yes.
on a company that's kind of hasn't done anything in a while. But what they were known for when they first came out about 4 or 5 years ago was kind of this AR type stuff
Mm,
on a dedicated camera for that type
right.
of thing. And I think what Google is buying them for is engineers and certain patents, not necessarily any hardware that they had, because like I said, they haven't really done a whole lot in the
Yeah.
consumer market for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they've probably done a ton in the background that we don't know about, and that's what Google is going to be interested
Yeah.
in.
Well, and
Definitely.
of course patents. Like
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
it is frankly shocking how frequently these like massive purchases happen just because company A wants a single patent that company B holds and don't want to pay them royalties for it.
Also known as Google buying Motorola,
Right, exactly that.
and then turning around and selling them for about the same amount of money they bought them for and gave
With
gave
way less
Lenovo
patents.
basically nothing other than the name. Anyways, but yeah, so that should be interesting. Next thing, and this is kind of actually I think of this as a really good thing. Android P may not support apps built for Android 4.1 or earlier.
Yay!
And that's a good thing because
I agree.
this is making developers update their apps or just getting rid of all the apps that won't be getting updated past that point.
Yep.
And therefore making your app experience even better.
Yeah. Well, so Android 4.4,
4.1.
4.1. Oh, okay.
Right?
So even further back.
This is
That's like
Marshmallow.
7 years old. What is
No, that's Kit Kat.
4.1 is 4.4 is Kit Kat, isn't it?
I don't remember.
So
There's-
4.1, it's like a 7-year-old
Either way,
operating
it's
system.
a
It's
while
really,
ago.
really old, and
I mean, we're on Android 8.0.
Yeah.
Oreo.
they are being way more lenient than Apple has been.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's been the problem. They've been super lenient on this type of stuff.
Yeah,
And there were rumors about them doing this for a while, but now there's source code in the Android P preview that says that if your app is not updated to 4.2 or higher, it won't work. And
Yeah.
thank goodness.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Clear that out.
That's good.
Yes. So I like that they're finally doing something like this because it makes developers do their job,
Yes.
basically, update their apps,
Yep.
or it just takes away all those apps that you're
That are
not
never
going to
gonna
get a
get
good
updated.
that aren't going to get updated and are not going to have a good experience
Right.
on them. So, thank you Google for
Yeah,
doing that.
Good job.
Speaking of stuff Google's doing with apps, we've talked about instant apps
Yeah.
a few times now. Now in the Play Store, there's a section to basically have instant apps. And right now there's only a few apps. There's 6 of them and they're all games. And basically what it does is it allows you to try the app before fully downloading it.
Ah.
So I don't know, I haven't tried these apps yet. There is Mighty Battles, Bubble Witch 3 Saga, Solitaire, Clash Royale, or Royale, however you say that.
Yeah, Royale.
Final Fantasy 15, A New Empire,
Mm.
and Words with Friends 2. So there's a variety of games for the few that there are. There's very,
Yeah.
different genres there. But you can try these games out before fully downloading it and actually installing it onto your phone. That's kind of cool. I don't know if there's like a certain time period that this works through, like if it's for a week or a day, 2 weeks, whatever, but it's there, and that's, I think, pretty cool.
Yeah, that is actually really cool. I mean, especially for, I don't know how much that Final Fantasy 15 is, but that's actually fairly new.
Right.
But the game on...
I don't think the one that he said is the actual Final Fantasy 15 game. I think it's the mobile, basically a
Yeah.
rip-off of Clash of Clans that they made for Final Fantasy 15 that
Are
I
you
see
sure?
ads for all over the place. I think so.
I'll
think
have to
that
look.
the base, the actual Final Fantasy 15 game is, what was it called again? Final Fantasy 15.
A New Empire.
A New Empire.
Oh.
Okay, maybe.
Well, I was saying, okay, so this is what I heard, and this is from a while ago, and it's, let's see, yeah, so, yeah, you do, it is that one. I know that they're coming out with another one that's actually basically the main game.
Oh yeah,
It's just
it's
mobile.
out. Yeah,
Is it?
it's like the full Final Fantasy 15 broken into well, it's a whole bunch of DLC.
Okay, so
in
that's
the
a
app.
different one that he's got. That
Yes.
one is that Clash of Clans
Yeah.
rip, or type
Yeah.
So, okay. I was a little confused. I was like, man, that actually is pretty cool because you could get in and play that for a
Yeah.
while instead of just buying it. So
Yeah,
that's...
well, and you don't have to initially buy the Final Fantasy 15, but it is
Right.
a 6 gig download. At least it was on my phone.
Oh.
So it's a big old download. So to have that on an instant app would actually be really nice. So that you could try it before you sucked up 6 gigs of space on your phone to
Yeah.
see if
Okay.
you wanted to play this app.
And
I'm sure it still does. I mean, obviously, it's going to download a little bit of it. I don't know how much of each of these
Right.
apps it'll still download. But if you don't want it, it doesn't take, full space on your phone. It doesn't have to fully uninstall. And the way it works is you go to the app page in the Play Store, and there's next to the install button, there's a Try Now button.
Nice.
And you just hit that, and
Gotcha.
it'll do its thing and work
That's
for
really
you.
cool.
So, like we've talked about with the instant apps, they've mostly worked on within Google Search, and it's just little, basically kind of utility apps that you don't necessarily need to download because you don't want it all the time, but you use it enough that it's nice to have the app experience. And now this is coming to the Play Store for, at the moment, games, which is kind of cool because games are the ones that you generally want to try before you buy or
Mhm.
It's like,
Yep.
do I really want to, especially if it's a buy only option, it's like, do I really want to spend the money on this game to find out that it's actually really bad? That sucks.
Yeah. So this is good. This is definitely good.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Next thing I wanted to mention is if you're in the market for a new phone, currently Google is doing a thing with the Pixel 2 where you can get a $200 statement credit after you go to purchase the phone if you do the monthly payment thing through the store.
Yep.
they'll give you $200 of credit towards that, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want, they will throw in a free 18-watt charger. So basically you get 2 of those chargers because the phone comes with one. You just put another one in the cart, and when you go to buy it, it'll just discount that price and give you one for free. It'll do that either way, whether you use the payment plan or not. But if you want the $200 credit, that's just a bonus, I guess.
Right.
And then that one, obviously, works only if you do the monthly payment thing. But, why not? I mean, it makes the phone easier to buy, and it makes it cheaper. And then you can get a free charger as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
And the next thing I want to talk about kind of has to do with that charger. On the original Pixel XL phones, with the 8.1 update, it's kind of made some charging issues happen.
Uh-oh.
And I noticed this happening on my phone, but I didn't really think about it being anything to do with the update. I just thought it had something to do with either the connection in my phone or the connection in my cord. But what it does is when you are relatively low on charge and you plug your phone in, it will start asking for more charge than it necessarily can take.
Huh.
And what it does is it just stops charging. So if you're below that 15% margin where it alerts you, it'll take the alert away and then bring it back, and then take it away and then bring it back.
Oh, jeez.
So it just kind of goes back and forth for about a minute or so, saying charging, not charging, charging, not charging.
Oh,
and then if you're using the Google supplied charger that comes with the phone in the box, it will recognize this and start to regulate that a little more. So it knows, okay, this is what's happening, and we're going to stop that and fix it, and then it'll just start charging the way it's supposed to. So that's good. The problem is if you are using a third-party charger, it may not do that. I don't have this issue because I generally don't use third-party accessories very often. So I haven't seen anything on my device. But just so you're aware, if you have an original Pixel XL, if you've noticed that, that's what's happening. Just try to use the Google supplied charger when you can.
Wow. Because
if you don't, that could cause some serious problems.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Refer back to the Note 7.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll get quite that bad.
Hopefully not.
There haven't been any reports of that happening. Thank goodness.
Ooh, that would be one bad rap.
But it could
Yeah.
start to overheat the battery and cause some issues. Man. And like there are things within the software that can fight against this. It's just it works a little better with the Google charger.
It's just like it's basically fighting itself. There's one piece of power regulation software that's going, oh yeah, give me all this. And then other pieces that are like, whoa, hang on. Something's wrong here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is just crazy.
So, but Google has said that there is a fix coming soon.
Good.
This should be within a couple weeks. I wouldn't be surprised to see it with the April security update. So, hopefully within the next week or two that'll be fixed. So just so you know, it's been happening for a little while, and I noticed it, like I said, on my phone a while ago, and I didn't really know what it was. I initially thought it just had something to do with the cable or the connector in my phone or something. It was a short or whatever. So I just would let it do its thing because I know it'll eventually start charging just normally, and it does. It's just that's why. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Try to use the Google supplied charger for the most part. I mean, I've used other chargers and it's worked okay, but just keep in mind, could cause some issues.
That is good to know.
Last thing that I have is Samsung has filed for a patent for a pull-to-extend smartphone display.
Yes.
Which is really interesting. And kind of, if they're going to do something that makes a display get bigger, instead of having a foldable device, I like this better.
Yeah, me too.
And it makes sense because, I mean, both LG and Samsung have shown off rollable/foldable displays at CES the past 2 or 3 years. and they've been getting better and better as time goes on. So I am really intrigued by this.
This is like exactly what I asked for, like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like that's the future of smart devices.
Like basically what this will do is like you don't need a flip phone or something like that to get the bigger display. You have like a slider phone that can have a smaller profile, thinner profile, and then still have a potential bigger display.
Yep. When you need it.
When you need it, yeah. And that's the key, it's not always going to be that big, which is nice.
Yep.
So I'm really interested to see if anything comes of this. I'm sure they might have a concept phone at CES in 2 years
probably.
that shows this off, but I still see it being a couple years out before we have a consumer device, probably 3 or 4 years at the earliest.
Yeah.
Like I said, CES in 2 years might have something where they're showing this off on a device, because the past years they've just had a screen that works, that kind of rolls up like a newspaper.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Stop being a buzzkill with your realistic expectations.
Sorry. You can expect this to be in the Note 9.
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
surprise.
I'm really interested to see what Samsung does with this. I mean, they've got the resources available to be able to do something like this quicker than most people.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And I want to see what LG comes up with to combat against this as well.
Oh,
because
they're the competition.
They're the two companies that are basically in charge of anything that happens with screens on phones or TVs for that matter.
That's true.
They control that market pretty heavily.
Yeah.
And they do a good job with it. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what happens.
That is cool.
And that's all the news that I have for this week.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, let's move on a little bit, guys. Let's go to some Microsoft news. So, let's talk a little bit. Last week, Microsoft has talked about joining the Disney Movies Anywhere.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
There
Not
you go.
crazy, actually. They're always late.
So maybe
Well,
that's
yeah.
why you're all of a sudden it just worked.
I thought that was interesting because this was last week that they're in talks about
right.
it. So I don't know if I haven't seen anything that's fully like, oh, they're here.
Maybe because you have a Windows phone, you're in a secret beta program.
I must be
Ooh.
something. I've leaked out some sort of information somewhere, or hacked, whichever. But yeah, so they announced that they are talking, which is cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Now with this Disney thing, I started thinking about it. I was like, I might actually open up just to have like a Google, an iTunes, maybe not iTunes, an Apple, whatever, just to see these movies just go on sale. And I'm like, oh, I can get this here on sale. Boom, I can play it on my Xbox now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get that movies anywhere. And I'm like,
Yep.
I might be open because I don't do that. I'm like, oh, that's just a waste of time. But now I'm like with this movie thing, I'm like,
That's true.
It makes sense now.
And if I can get it cheaply on the 4K on iTunes,
Yes.
and then it can just come
should
around.
be 4K everywhere.
So I'm like, I might just do that.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. That's how I got Gravity and Fellowship of the Ring, I think.
Yeah, I got both of those for free too.
Yeah, they were free on like Google years ago.
And
I was like, "Oh, it's free. Okay, sure." And I added them both, and I've never watched them. Like because
you just have them.
I had them, but like they didn't work with any of the devices I wanted to watch them on, and then whatever. And then Movies Anywhere, and suddenly they're in iTunes. I'm like, oh yes, this is amazing.
Yeah. It's cool. And one thing I thought was really got me thinking. So when I do finally switch over to on my phone, when I switch over to an Android or find something like that, that Movies Anywhere will be there. So all my movies, and so I'm like, oh, okay, this makes it way easier.
That's true. Yeah,
that's
all
always
the stuff you've bought in Microsoft's ecosystem will just show up.
the movies at least,
Well, yeah,
and whatever else,
and TV shows.
yeah, which is not bad. I actually do have some of that stuff
Yeah.
on there. So
Well, and are they gonna be? I guess with music, they just buy Spotify, right? That's basically.
yeah,
what
I have
it said.
Spotify now.
Okay.
So that's okay.
That's cross-platform.
Yep,
That
that's
works
gross.
everywhere.
So why not? And I'm not sure, but Landon probably would have to look it up. But I don't know if Microsoft has their movies and TV on Android device. I don't know. I really haven't
don't
looked,
either.
so I don't know.
if they have it on Android, it's probably on Apple too.
I would assume mostly that, but I don't know if Apple would allow that. I don't know, but if not, that's why I was like, that's what was my always fear. I was like, oh dang, all my movies and TV, that would suck. But that's what it's called. It's like Microsoft Movies and TV is what it is.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
the app. But
Okay.
if it's on there, that'd be great. I mean, obviously that works. But if it's not, I'm like, still, I can get most of my Disney movies at least over there. So I thought that was cool.
Well, yeah.
Which most of the stuff I own are Disney, which is like Marvel all
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, Disney and Star Wars too. So
Yep.
anyway, so I'll let you guys look that up. Moving on a little bit. So I didn't know this, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this. This is actually on here. This is coming from Thurrott. It says Facebook's video platform launches on the Xbox One.
Oh.
What is Facebook's video platform?
It's just videos. It's Facebook trying to be YouTube, basically.
Pretty much.
Is that what okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know what this is. I saw this, and I'm like, what?
It's basically just your videos that you've put on Facebook or other people's videos they've put on Facebook. Just that.
Yep.
It's just videos.
It's basically all the videos you see in your Facebook feed, except it's just the videos you see in your Facebook feed and not any of the other stuff. Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And one of the nice things about it is that since everyone has Facebook, it was early on, especially, a really easy way to get live streams and stuff like that. And so there were a lot of companies and that kind of thing. And in fact, I think, so my wife watched the entirety of the CrossFit Games this past year in 2017, and they broadcast all of those via Facebook. And
so you could get those on this.
Right.
Okay.
And so there was technically you could get them just in the regular Facebook app, but it was really hard to find them in the regular Facebook app. Whereas with this thing, it's more like YouTube. You can subscribe to them and get notified when those videos go up or when they go live. And so, yeah, it was kind of nice. And we were able to, they had an app, like a Facebook video app just for the Apple TV. And so we were able to download that on there. And she was able to watch all of those live on Apple TV. So it's not a terrible thing. I don't necessarily see the point of it necessarily. Like a lot of the stuff that I do.
I think, like you said, you can find it. You can find stuff better.
Right.
Which, when you said that, it came to mind is a lot of people for gaming. I know Blizzard did was it HGC through Facebook Live for a little bit?
Oh,
they've done something
maybe
a few times, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect because then it just brings up your videos and not Russia stuff.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So, okay.
And that's, that's what it's for. It's Facebook's version of YouTube. If anything or anyone has a lot of videos on Facebook, cool.
You can now get this app on the Xbox. So,
yep.
There you
Watch
go.
It on your TV.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure what it was, but yeah, okay. But yeah, that's available on the Xbox One platform. So, yeah.
Update.
Ooh, update.
That app is not on Android.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's on iOS
I didn't
either.
think so.
But I did notice two apps that I thought were interesting.
Oh?
One of which was their Move to Windows Phone app is still available. You'd think they would switch that to Move from Windows Phone.
Ooh, yeah.
Wah, wah,
Burn.
wah.
That app is still there. And we were talking about this kind of a little bit in passing. Caleb mentioned it. There's an app called AR Conference Scavenger Hunt.
Oh.
See, there you
there's
go.
an AR
Scavenger
Scavenger
Hunt.
Hunt app by Microsoft. Now it says AR Conference Scavenger Hunt.
Huh.
So
I wonder if it only works at certain
it
conference
says
centers.
built
that have...
for interactive conferences.
Yeah.
So I mean that's still pretty awesome.
Yeah.
that's
To
cool.
be fair, that is like the most Microsoft thing ever. I'm talking about a game that's available to the masses. Microsoft is like, let's take that exact concept and develop it for businesses.
Right.
Why not?
That is the most
That is
Microsoft
cool.
thing. That is exactly Microsoft.
Wow.
Very, very.
All right. Well, moving on a little bit more. So those of us that listen to podcasts or have podcast feed, or what would be the word? Apps.
So you, listener.
Yeah, you listener. If you are using Pocket Cast, you can
That's me.
You can now get it from Microsoft Store.
Very nice.
So it's on the Microsoft
So you can have
Store
a
now.
dedicated app from the store.
Yes.
Whereas before, if you wanted it on a PC, I think they have a web player. I don't know if they have a downloadable app from that or not. I can't remember. But it was like, I think it was like $9 online to use Pocket Casts. So it's probably going to be similar in the store, I would assume. It's a $3 app on Android. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's a really good app. There are some limitations to it, but for the most part, it works great.
Yeah. Well, and the thing they were saying it was on here was this is coming actually from throughout. He says maybe it is also APWA. He's not 100% sure. Progressive web.
But that would make sense as well.
So, yep, I
Either
thought that
way.
was cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a good. I know a lot. I think Pocket Cast is one of the biggest ones that people use.
Yeah, it's
and
one of
so-
the bigger third-party podcast apps out there.
So you can get that. That's available to you in the Microsoft Store, not Windows Mobile. Just so you know, not anyone needs that update. But I went ahead and was like, "Ooh, let me see. There's something to update with." But yep, that's coming. So that's good news. The next thing, there's been a couple updates actually for the Microsoft Store. One update now shows when you bring it up, it'll actually now sell hardware from its Windows 10 store. So there is a
So you can buy a
side
Samsung phone from the Microsoft Windows online store? Is that what
yeah.
you're saying?
So third-party PCs, Xbox consoles, mixed reality headsets, and various other hardware stuff. So it'll be on there. I saw this rolling out a little bit when I would get on there. It would actually I'd go to like it would actually bring it up, and it didn't have a tab yet, but it would show like Shop Xbox Live when I would hop on there, and then it would bring up like Xbox X and the deals.
Yeah.
And that. But now they're actually coming out to where it's just right there in the store. You can buy it there.
Yeah.
Which, why not?
Yeah. It's
Bring it in. You have the
Fair
information. There you go. I thought that was really cool. Another thing that was interesting, that also has Edge in the Microsoft Store. It now has a section for Edge extensions. Okay.
That kind of
There's actually quite a few. There's
Yeah.
actually obviously there's LastPass, all the password things.
right.
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
there, then which is I would highly recommend. Anyway, there's also a bunch of other extensions that are there that like I don't use a lot, so I don't know all of them. But there is that one that's Grammarly
Oh yeah.
that is on there, and
Yeah.
then there's a couple others that some people I've heard had that, but there's a whole section of extensions for Edge. So
Okay.
those are using extensions. You have that option. I don't know what there is. I don't know what's good other than LastPass. That's what I use. So
That's just kind of like that's a random place for it. Most of the time, if you're putting extensions into your browser, you're doing that in the browser. So
Yeah.
if you're using Edge and you're looking for extensions, don't just look in the browser. Go to
yeah, it's actually in the Microsoft
go to the
Store.
Microsoft Store.
What it may do is if you go look for the extension, it'll
It would
pop
just-
up and say,
yeah.
"Oh, here, I want to download it." It'll bring up your Windows Store.
Yeah.
and you download. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's probably what'll happen. So, but yeah, there you go. And then the next thing I did want to talk about, those of us that do want to use Edge on an iPad or Android tablets, the Edge is now out and available for that. That's not just catered to just the phones; it's actually catered to the tablet and iPad.
yes.
Nice.
It's really cool. I use Edge quite a bit. I mean, I don't have any other, and nothing against the others. I really don't have nothing. I just it works for me. And that when I search, I get money. So that's loot boxes for me.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
It's hard to argue with that.
plus now I actually might switch that over to Game Pass. So usually Game Pass is $10 a month.
Nice.
If I can just sit there and get 7,000 points every month, free Game Pass,
There you go.
which means free Sea of Thieves. Actually, I already bought it.
I was
pre-buy.
gonna
So
say.
I know.
I bought it.
I'm just saying that for other people. Basically play Sea of Thieves for free, just with a little work. What's really easy, though, because basically what I will do, this is such a cheat, is I will type one letter, hit enter. Then I will add another letter, hit enter. Then add another letter, hit enter. And it counts every time as a search, and you get 5 points. Granted, you can get up to 170 points a day, but then they also offer, but that's web searches with the desktop. If you're on mobile, use Edge on mobile, you get another 100 points you can rack up. But that's what I do. Q, enter. U, W, enter. I mean, you just sit there and do that. You get your points.
Nice.
Plus, they give, like,
Wow.
take a quiz and you get another 30 points. So, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff, guys. So, that, and I think it also can link with your Xbox rewards. So, if you're purchasing stuff from Microsoft, they'll give you points for it. Or, like, sometimes they'll run a special, like, hey, buy this X-Men movie because no one else is, and we'll give you 5,000 points. Okay. You know,
Nice.
so kind of cool stuff. So, always keep a look at that. That always, you can get money back many different ways that way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there you go.
Yep.
Fun stuff. All right. Well, why don't we hop into some gaming unless anyone else has anything else they want to talk about? No?
This is where I take a nap.
You don't have any gaming news?
I don't.
Dang, I was hoping for some kind of sort of spotlight from you.
Other than the thing I shared on our Slack group about what I
Oh,
did
yeah.
in Minecraft. I built a wall
Under the ocean.
under the ocean of glass, and it's amazing.
It's cool.
I will say, though, I showed this to Caleb before we started. I thought it was interesting, though. If you are inside that wall, like in that little room that I built,
Mhm.
looking through the glass, it's just blue. You can't see through the water. Like even if something were to come up to the wall, I can't see that. And the other way around, if I'm in the water, like if I float down into the water and look and am right against the wall, you can kind of see into it, but not like I was hoping, unless you are floating on top of the water and are looking down, then
In
you
the
can
water.
see into it.
Huh.
But when you're in the water, it's just dark.
Foggy.
Yeah,
I wonder if
Which
that's
is
coming with
really
that aquatic
disappointing.
update. If they'll change that
maybe.
Oh, could
when
be.
you see
Yeah.
that'll be cool because when you can see dolphins swimming by.
Because, I was
Yeah,
hoping to
that's
be able to
kinda
see,
cool.
like, the octopus flying through or some
yeah, the
fish or
squid.
random things, something like that. But no.
Well, keep it there.
Yeah,
See what happens with
it's
the
still
update.
cool looking.
Oh yeah, that is
But-
cool.
I was hoping for more. Kind of disappointed.
It's coming.
It's like
It
all
may-
that work for a blue wall. Dang it.
Hey,
It's a
coming.
cool blue wall.
It's a
though.
cool
It
blue
is
wall.
a cool blue wall.
Not everybody has that blue wall. Okay.
It's true.
Okay. So I did want to mention coming to Xbox Game Pass coming in April. At first we did talk about the City Skylines. The Xbox One version was going to be on Game Pass. They've released that. There's a couple more that they said on there is RoboCraft Infinity, City Skylines, The Hunter, Call of the Wild, and there will be a couple more that are coming. But and I think also. Let me see. Yep, that's what it is. So they'll be announcing some more, but that's actually more games coming to Game Pass that City Skylines is probably the biggest one
Yeah.
that's there because that is really cool. I was kind of hoping the downside to City Skylines right now on the Windows ecosystem is the Windows 10 version and an Xbox version are separate.
Yeah.
I wish they were the Xbox Play Anywhere, but I don't know. I don't know why not. I mean, that's developer stuff. I don't know. So.
Well, at City Skylines, this is all stuff they're adding into the game like 5 years after it released on Steam or whatever. Like,
yeah.
it's been around for a while, so this is all retrofitted.
So, but I mean, that's cool. That's coming there. That's gonna bring a lot of more people. That it's not multiplayer. The one thing I wish that I think's the SimCity one that came out. I loved that multiplayer aspect. Loved.
Yeah.
It. I don't know. Did you play that, Caleb?
I didn't know.
The one thing that was really cool about the SimCity one is you'd get a region, one city being a region, and you can play in these regions, and your city would affect others, in good
Right.
or bad ways.
Yeah.
So, like for example, one city could just be like, "Hey, why don't I just build a bunch of power plants? You guys don't, but you buy my power, and you got all the power. That's how I get my money, but you get your power that way." And I think it's actually cheaper that way, so you don't have pollution in these other cities. So, like if you're building a Las Vegas city, you buy the power
Yeah.
that way. You don't have to run your city with all this dirtiness or anything like that. You just worry about your city and there's
Right.
different ways of
Right.
doing that is basically what I'm saying.
You make all of your money off of gambling because all the people from the city where the power is generated are looking to escape and get away to a vacation. And
You
so
got
they go
it.
to your place, spend money on the gambling and the casinos and the hotels and the tourist
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and then they go back and generate power and you buy the power
Exactly.
from them, which is how they have their job so that they can spend money in your place.
Exactly.
That is economics.
Yeah, well, that's what would happen, and that's what they do, and so it was really cool. I really liked that aspect of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, City Skylines is a lot better, more intuitive, more things to it, and that's one thing I really enjoyed. And I'm like, man, this would be so cool to be able to have that multiplayer aspect somehow,
To
and
be
maybe it's
fair-
coming. I don't know.
To be fair, SimCity had massive issues with their multiplayer servers that rendered it so that the game
Correct.
was not really playable for a lot of people for a very long time.
I was
and
one of them.
That's why it died.
I was one of them. I bought day one, so
Yeah.
I got Battlefield 3 because of it, but I don't play that either. But it's fun. I really enjoyed it. They had that, and I hope something like that comes to City. Granted, City Skylines is fun by all means.
Right. Yep.
I'm enjoying the heck out of it. So, all right, moving on. I would like to actually talk about Sea of Thieves.
What?
I'm sure Caleb
No.
would love to talk with me.
Sea of Thieves.
Oh man, it's been so fun, you
It's
guys.
a good game.
It is a great
It
game.
is a good
So
game.
you guys probably have heard us talk about this. You're basically a pirate. You get in there, go find treasure, but they also have added many other things to it. Things like animals and snakes, which oh man, so
Freaking
annoying.
snakes. Holy
Freaking
crap. I hate
snakes.
those.
They hurt. But what's also cool is the point of Sea of Thieves so far is there's kind of a grind. A grind right
Yes.
now, for one aspect, is there's 3 different types of reputation, and you're basically leveling up numerically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leveling up as much as you can for each different reputation. First
Yeah.
reputation is gold hoarders, which most people know is you go find buried treasure.
Yeah, you find the treasure, you bring it back, you sell it to the gold hoarders. That's what the whole beta was,
Yep.
basically.
And then they added to where it wasn't just a treasure map, there's also riddles. There's also
Yes.
the second one is I was going to say undead lady, but what is
Yeah.
the something
The
souls?
Society of Souls or the
Yeah.
something of Souls.
What this does is she gives you a bounty on certain dead pirates, and you go and find their dead bodies, or if they maybe are still alive as a skeleton, you go and fight their crew.
Yep.
Which is different about this. As you level, these skeletons change. You don't just sit there and fight
Yeah.
them. You figure out like, oh, these skeletons are really fast, and the way to slow them down so you can hit them, you have to throw water on them. Or other little things like
Yep.
that. So there's different things that way. Or all of them have shotguns, and so you got to keep your range.
Yeah. That's when the sniper rifle comes in handy.
Yes. Or cannons.
Cannons are
I did that.
also good.
That was fun.
Yes.
And the third one is a merchant. What do they call it? Merchant alliance?
Yeah, the Merchant Alliance.
And this is more you take certain items. So, for example, items as in gunpowder barrels, caged chickens, caged pigs, animals, and you take them to different destinations, and
Yes.
then you get gold. Basically, you get gold, and all the quests you do is you get certain amounts of gold for, and then you can buy vanity items, which is eye patches, beards, hats, everything that way. You can also buy certain. There's no like leveling up your damage you do for weapons,
like the
but
equipment
it's
is all the same, but you can get guns that look nicer. You can get a hurdy-gurdy that looks nicer than the
Yep.
crap hurdy-gurdy you start off with and stuff like that.
you get a hook, you can get a peg leg,
Yep.
all these fun little things
Yep.
there. Or you can customize your ship, which
Yes.
costs a lot.
Yes, it does.
A
Get
lot.
Get a masthead on your...
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Or a paint job or something.
Freaking
Anyway, so it's so fun. But they have also added a bunch of other things, like you'll get messages in a bottles. You'll find random books everywhere that give you certain quests to do that
Yeah.
are really hard.
Yeah.
There's driving the ship alone. It's just so fun. And avoid the Kraken. I told these guys earlier that I ran into the Kraken without cannonballs, and he destroyed my ship. It's pretty scary. It was just like Pirates of the Caribbean, the whole Kraken scene. Like the legs or the arms come up, and I pulled a Jack Sparrow and it ate me. So,
Yay!
but it's fun, and I had a blast. Caleb and I
Yeah.
were able to play a little bit. Our story, they played while they threw me in the brig because I had to go
Yeah.
AFK for a minute. So they threw my character in the brig for the reason of so that no other rando would join up their crew.
Yes.
So
But then his Xbox timed out,
Yeah.
and we ended up with randos on board anyways.
but why don't you go ahead and share some of your story?
Yeah, the game has changed quite a bit from the beta, and mostly that change is that they have added a lot of different sources for where your quests are coming from.
Yes.
And also a lot more different things that you're just going to randomly stumble across on your voyages. Like while you're running around an island, it's all like, oh, here's a whole bunch of barrels of gunpowder. Just going to pick those up and go back and sell them to the Merchant Alliance. I didn't have a mission to do that.
But it's there.
They're worth gold. Tea leaves. That was another one.
Yeah.
That was actually worth quite a lot of money.
There's one time
Rare
I
tea
actually
leaves.
went in a cave and the mood just changed, and all of a sudden I found this. There was a captain's chest, just gold, and everything was just sitting there. I'm like looking around, no skellies. As soon as I picked it up, skellies spawned, and I just
skeletons.
ran out of there. I'm like, ah!
Yes.
But yeah,
And different types of chests. So there's the chest of sorrow that is constantly crying. You put that on board your ship and it fills it up with water. So you have to constantly be bailing it out while you're sailing back to the port. And then there's the
grog.
Yes, the
So
1,000 grogs, the chest of 1,000 grogs.
If you hold it, you're drunk,
Yes.
and trying to get that on your ship or
so
anywhere.
hard.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
And you can find random skulls and stuff that you can go back and sell, and then just random items like chalices and
Yep.
and whatnot just sitting around. So they've given you a lot more ways to get money than were in the beta. That's
Right.
the main way it's changed. The basic grind of the game is still the same.
Yep.
And that's the thing. You'll read a lot of people talking about how the game is there's a grind to it, and that's definitely okay, yeah, it takes some time, and if you want to level up, there is like mysterious end game content that Rare has talked about. Nobody has seen it yet.
Right.
And people got to play the game a lot. They got to level up in order to get to it. And so, we don't know what the end game of this looks like. But currently, all it is you get quests, you go out, you explore, you kill skeletons, you find stuff, and you go sell it for gold, you buy cosmetics, and increase your reputation.
Yep.
And as you get more reputation, then you're eventually going to get admitted into the secret...
The Pirate Legend.
The Pirate Legend Club or whatever. And apparently that's where all the fun end game content is. The game seems to me like this is the bones of the gameplay. They wanted to make sure that this main treasure hunting loop was balanced and worked well and allowed people to progress in a satisfying way.
Correct.
They're going to add more content to it with DLC over time. I expect a lot of that DLC is probably going to be free.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's going to be. It's definitely a games of service.
Yes,
so
there
it's
will
just
probably
patch.
be some paid expansions at some point in time, but a lot of it's going to be free, and they're going to be adding a lot of content that way. The main gist of the game is not really the gameplay. The main gist of the game is the environment. This open world pirate experience where you are selling your own ship and you're involved in the nuts and bolts of the thing, and that it looks pretty, and the water is just stupid gorgeous.
Oh, man.
It looks so good. And all of that stuff, that is the gist of the game. It's
Yep.
the environment that you're in, and you're going to be paired up with other people and interacting with them in an entertaining and interesting environment. That's the whole point of the game. So basically, my whole this is my review of Sea of Thieves. If you are playing this game by yourself, you are playing it wrong. That is not how the game. It is strictly a multiplayer title.
You can do that for a while, but as you level, the quests get harder.
Yes.
To where you have to have people.
And if you get to the point, like by yourself leveling, if you get to the point where the quests are hard enough that you can't do them anymore, I applaud you, because you have
Yeah.
way more patience than me, because it gets boring. It gets really boring if you're by yourself doing that. If you're with a group of people, if you're having a lot of fun, even if they're just strangers that you just matched up with on a random galleon, as long as they're in the voice chat conversing with you, it's fun.
I think
It's fun to just run around and be a pirate with random
the
people.
thing that adds to it that this gives that not a lot of other games give, it gives you stories that, I mean, it's basically open. It's just do what you want. I mean, if you don't want to get your stuff that way, go rob people.
Yes.
Take their
Yep.
chests. Go
You
turn
can
it in
totally
yourself.
do that. Or you can sail around just trying to pick fights with the Kraken and see if you can win.
Yeah.
Like, that's totally an option.
It's open, and the stories you can get from this
and there
is
was,
amazing.
It was actually one of the people we were playing with last night was mentioning that he was watching a Twitch streamer who is playing Sea of Thieves, and basically what he does is he just trolls. He goes in solo queues onto galleons by himself and will then like climb up into the crow's nest and just whisper on the proximity chat and stuff like that, and then just like wait for people to figure out where he is. He's just trolling them. He's not necessarily doing anything to hold them back. He's not helping, but he's not like trying to sabotage them. He's just being annoying. And like, you can do that. If that's the kind of player you want to be, cool, do it. Like, that's fun.
Yeah. It's fun for people. I mean,
it really, like, the whole point of the game is the multiplayer aspect. And if you're playing by yourself, then at the very least, you should be honing your control of your sloop to like a razor's edge, so that you can go pick fights with galleons by yourself and then win and rob them, because that would make you an absolute legend.
Yes.
And it would be a whole like new level of skill-based fighting that like, you're not going to
you
find
could do
anywhere
that.
else in the
I
game.
mean, that's
Exactly.
like gunpowder. If there's gunpowder down there, just blow it up.
Yes. Actually, there was somebody on a sloop I saw who took their ship and basically they sailed it like really fast from behind an island around a galleon that was docked next to the island. And it's great because like in game, you can hear the other players in game when you get close to them. There's a proximity chat that turns on and you can hear them talking. And he like sails his sloop around in a curve so that it's going to go around the back of the galleon and then out in front of it. And when it's behind them, he grabs a barrel of gunpowder and jumps off and sails around to the far side of the ship opposite of where his sloop is sailing. And he waits until he hears everyone going, "Oh, there's a sloop right there. Let's shoot it." And they all get on the cannons on that side of the boat. He climbs up the ladder on the other side, goes down into the hold, sets the barrel of gunpowder down, climbs back up, shoots the thing with a sniper rifle, blows holes all over the bottom of their ship. And they're all sitting there like, "I didn't even see him shoot. Holy cow, where is he? How did he hit us?" And they're sitting there trying to sink his sloop while he's like grabbing a chest and running off with it. And then the whole ship goes down. And they're like, what even just happened? So you can totally be the lone gun and do stuff like that. I would just recommend if you're doing lone gun stuff, probably don't focus on doing the quests. probably focus on exploring and doing stupid, weird stuff like
Yeah.
that, because that would be way more fun.
Well, and say you don't want to do the quest. You can explore islands. They give such rewards for just exploring.
Yep. Just go around,
Like,
look at everything.
It's crazy. So enjoy that. And like you said, there's going to be more content that comes that's I'm assuming it's going to be it's a service game to where it's just going to come in patches.
Yep.
The stuff that would be downloadable will be probably like cosmetic stuff, and they did mention that they are going to introduce loot boxes.
Yeah.
Now, they're going to do this, from what I've heard, they're going to do it right. They're going to pull an Overwatch, and it's all cosmetic.
Cosmetic loot boxes, it doesn't actually change the gameplay at all. All of the cosmetics right now don't change the gameplay.
No, they don't.
Which is great. Like, basically, the only thing is, like, if you have enough money to buy a sniper rifle or a blunderbuss, then you have a one-up on in terms of weapons over other people you might run across.
Actually, I started with both.
Really?
Just a basic one, yeah.
Why didn't I?
I don't know. Well, when I go to change my weapon, they were there. They were just basic ones, but I already had them.
Oh, maybe I need to look closer. I still haven't actually gotten my pre-order bonuses yet. They haven't sent me a key for it yet.
They never sent me a key. It was just there in my vanity chat. You go to your clothing and it's there.
It's totally not there. And I looked online on the forums and they were all like, "Oh yeah, we're going to be sending out keys for that in the Xbox Live chat within the first couple of weeks of release." So the game's been out for a week.
That's crazy because I already had mine.
So I'm expecting it to land sometime here in the next few days, but that's really annoying that it...
Yeah, I had mine because everyone was asking me, like, where'd you get it? I was like, it was just here. I don't know, maybe it was in the beta and I had the beta installed. I don't know.
That's weird.
Anyway.
Well, and that's another thing, too, because the full version of the game for me is a completely separate app than the Insider
Same with
version.
mine. I actually had 2 Sea of Thieves installed on the app, on my Xbox.
Well, I'm just annoyed now.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed.
They have been having some server issues since the game launched.
Well, dude, okay, so when it launched, they were like, we had the open beta, gave us great statistics. They're like, it was nowhere near how many people were hopping on. And a lot of them are like, yeah, we're blaming Game Pass, but thank you. We had no idea, but we're working on it. And they actually sent out a video, and they looked tired. Did you see that video?
I didn't see the video.
They had like their eyes, everything. Like, guys, we know. Please stop pushing A. We're working on it, or A for on Xbox. But yeah. Please, we're getting there. We're working on it, and they're so tired.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so Sea of Thieves, guys,
it's fun,
wonderful.
It's
it
really
is a
fun.
cross-play, and it's flawless cross-play.
It's great.
It's great.
I do feel like I have a little bit of an advantage as a computer, like on the computer playing with a mouse.
You know what's interesting? They actually have statistics of that.
Better.
There's only a 4% plus right now.
You know what is a massive plus?
What?
Being able to turn around.
Yes.
That's the thing. So that's kind of the thing. Like, not necessarily like that I'm shooting better when I am shooting at something.
Turning around.
I can turn around faster to get my crosshairs on something. Well, there aren't any actual crosshairs, but I can turn around faster to point a gun at something or to hit it with a cutlass, which is more often the case when skeletons pop up behind you while you're digging up a chest.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to quickly, pull a 180 and swat at it with your sword is
I've actually increased my sensitivity because of that. There's times I'm like, turn around.
It's like, I'm getting cut to pieces.
Or
here.
I go too far and they go left. I'm like, no. But so
that's like the one advantage since it's a first-person game, basically.
So let's let them know 2 ways of getting this. So one, obviously we were talking about, is the Game Pass. The Game Pass, it comes with it. The Game Pass is $10 a month. You get also, I think it's almost 200 games now.
Yeah.
There's 200 games that you get access to, but one of them is Sea of Thieves. If this is something you want to try out, awesome. And say later you're like, this is the only game that I'm interested in. While you have Game Pass, you can buy Sea of Thieves for like a discount. I don't know how much. I want to say it's like 20 to 30%.
I think, yeah.
You can get that, and boom, you have it. Plus, it's for PC on the Windows 10 store or Xbox or vice versa, which is phenomenal. Now, the thing I would say is also, if you have Game Pass or you have bought it, it's the same as your home Xbox. So if you have 2 Xboxes, you only have to buy one, and you can buy one game and play them on both Xboxes. You can have 2 people playing with you. I do that with my wife, and we have so much fun. It's awesome. So
yeah. It's a great game. It really is. I get you're going to see in the Games Press a lot of people whining about the grind. It definitely is a grind. The whole concept of the thing is focused on the environment and the multiplayer. If you're not big into sailing ships, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
But if you're just hesitant at this point, you're not sure if it's really for you, okay, cool. Keep an eye on it over time. Try it out with a month of Game Pass. That's not a bad option.
I think everybody does get a free either 2 weeks or a month of Game Pass.
Yeah.
anyway. If
That
you're an
would be-
Xbox Live Gold,
That would be a
it.
great way to do it. Just try it out with Game Pass. Or if you don't want to do that, keep an eye on it. When the thing drops down to like, there will be a half off sale sometime next year. And
Sure,
once
a
it
holiday
hits,
sale.
Yeah, once it hits that point, I would say this game is for everyone. At $30, this game is for everybody.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
So,
there you
enjoy that. That's our quick review of Sea of Thieves. So I guess really awesome. Anyway, let's move on. I believe we also have some more. So Caleb?
Yes, I have lots. I'm going to do start with an indie game spotlight of the week.
Okay.
This is like actually an indie game spotlight. So the game is Earth Atlantis. It is by Pixel Perfects, which is an X at the end of that, not perfect. So
Okay.
awesome. It is for the
Are you
Switch
sure it's not pronounced 10?
by P10L Perfa10. This is a really weird developer. Anyways,
Oh my gosh! Yes.
this
Just had
game
to throw that
High
in
five!
there.
High five! You get a high five.
this game is for the Switch, and it costs $15. It's available on the Nintendo eStore.
Are you sure it's not $10? Sorry,
It is $15.
it was 15.
So technically, this was actually released about 5 months ago. So, don't kill me, Switch players. I don't pay any attention to your platform. I'm sorry. Okay.
Neither does the Switch owner that we
That's
have on the
true.
podcast.
You know the one really cool thing about the Switch? Most of the games that are on there, you can download a demo that are free, and you can give to your daughter, and she just plays the crap out of them. she
There you
is
go.
amazing. I didn't realize demos, man.
Yeah,
Demos, and
Dude,
they're unlimited play,
you are rediscovering the
Oh,
joy
wow.
of 90s games.
dude. Demos.
There was demos for everything.
Yeah.
And you just download the demo, and you'd play the first 5 levels of the game over and over and over again, never buy the actual game.
Oh, she loves it. Like,
That
I
was
just
the 90s.
downloaded the new Kirby game, the demo for that. And I'm like, here, play this. She
sweet.
doesn't call him Kirby. She calls him Pink Balloon. So for a while
Well,
there,
that's-
What he is.
That's, yeah.
well, for a while there, she's like, Daddy, I want to show you the Pink Balloon guy. I'm like, what? Huh? So then she's like this, and I was like, oh, Kirby. Gotcha. But she was
Kirby.
showing me all this stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that's one really cool thing about the Switch.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Earth Atlantis. There might be a demo for it. I don't know. So it's just
Find out.
recently received a massive rebalancing to make the boss battles more playable, which is why it floated back up to the top of the indie game news feed, and that's where I spotted it. Floated up. It's an underwater game. Pun absolutely intended.
But
So it is in feel a little bit like Cuphead. A little bit.
okay.
In that it is a punishingly difficult side scroller with loads of personality. That's basically what the
Punishing.
game is. So really, in terms of gameplay, it's not as much like Cuphead. It's more of a cross between like the Metroidvania style of games and 2D arcade shooters and bullet hell games. So it's kind of, just that feel where you're in like a 2D maze. You're going up, you're going down. You're trying to get through this maze, exploring stuff, and eventually you get to the end of the maze, and there's a huge boss battle. That's the Metroidvania gameplay style.
Yep.
In terms of the 2D arcade shooters and bullet hell stuff, there's a lot of projectiles and enemies on screen at any given time, and you equip like weapons to your little submersible that you're floating around in.
Spread gun.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's that exact kind of thing. So it's set in a post-apocalypse kind of setting where the
Of
ice
course.
caps have all flooded and somehow we also got a ton of additional water on top of that. And 60% of the Earth's surface is... Or no. 90% of the Earth's surface is now 60 feet underwater or something like that. Anyways, everything's flooded.
Yep.
There's no land.
Water
You're in a
world.
submersible. Yeah, it's basically Waterworld. And you're just kind of going through the ruins of civilization underwater and trying to kill monsters and stuff like that. It is sepia-toned,
Oh.
and the whole thing set underwater.
Interesting.
And it looks hand-drawn. Like, they did a good job of making it look like a hand-illustrated game. Very much
That's
like
cool.
Cuphead,
Yeah.
hand animation. Except much more like kind of stop-motion, like old-school style animation. As
That's
opposed
cool.
like even earlier than Disney kind of
Huh.
hand-drawn
That is cool.
animation stuff. So it's it's got a really interesting personality, unique flavor to the thing. And if you really like punishingly difficult 2D side scrollers, then this would be a good one to check
Already
out.
played Cuphead, so move on to
Right,
this.
yes. If you've already beaten Cuphead and you're just looking for more, here you go.
Dude, I still try to play that, and man,
Not an easy game.
oh, it's brutal.
Oh boy. Yes. So yeah, that's Earth Atlantis, $15 for the Switch. PS4 and Xbox One versions of it are have been announced to be coming later this year.
Cool.
Like third quarter. So that's your indie game spotlight for the week.
Sweet.
Okay, we talked a couple of weeks ago a little bit about Fortnite and how it was going to be available on iOS. I downloaded it. It's legit.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally, that is straight up the whole game. And it looks just as good as it does on the consoles. Like, no kidding. It actually kind of like, it's, while you're playing it, you're kind of like, feels like Fortnite was designed for this, you know?
Really?
Like the whole art style and aesthetic of Fortnite feels kind of like a mobile game.
Does it require a controller, or could you actually use?
No, it's in fact it doesn't support controllers at the moment on iOS.
Oh, really?
Which sucks. That is like my one huge gripe with the thing is please give me support for MFI controllers.
That's the one thing I've heard a lot too is people
Seriously.
have complained about the non-controller support.
To be fair, the touchscreen controls are really good for touchscreen controls, but there's just no way around it. You are covering up half of the screen when you're trying to control the game.
Yeah.
It's really obnoxious. It makes it kind of hard to aim. That
and
being
most
said,
of the people that are going to be playing this style of game on a mobile device want a controller.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it's a really popular game, and actually the
Right.
beta program for it has exploded, and there's a ton of people playing. And if you're playing just like, because you can, this is the game where you can play against anybody on any platform, pretty much. You just open yourself up to it, and they will populate that server with whoever. And if you're playing on an iOS device and you do that, especially if you're playing on an iPhone and not an iPad, you will get murdered by the first person you come across. There's nothing you can do about it. If they're not also on an iOS device, you are going to get spanked. Playing on the iPad, I actually, like my very first game of Fortnite Battle Royale ever, I got within like the top 10 of the 100 people that started the thing off because I was on an iPad and I could actually aim.
Wow.
It was hilarious to look at the people who, like, I'm like 15 feet away from them. They're with a fully auto submachine gun standing in place trying to aim at me, and I just have way more control of because my thumbs aren't covering up the entire screen.
Exactly.
And I just mowed them down. It was fantastic.
Good job. Wow.
So that was super fun. The game is actually, it plays just like it does on console, just like it does on PC. It's the same game, looks the same, and is just as playable. If they add controller support for this thing, like, this is some serious hardcore gaming that is massively popular among hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
That it's right there on mobile devices.
Does it give you any? Obviously, Xbox you get achievements, PlayStation you get trophies. Does this give you any?
Yeah.
Apple,
there's Game
whatever.
Center. Well, so they haven't really fleshed all that out since it is in its beta right now, but it is integrated with Game Center. But more importantly, it's integrated with your Epic account. That's how you sign into the
cross.
thing. So anything you do that redeems anything on Epic is going to be, it's going to happen over there. There are in-app purchases as well for like loot boxes and stuff like that, which I'm pretty sure are all cosmetics. Like the weapons that you get, you find them in-game. That's how the Battle Royale system works. So anything that you're buying on there is cosmetics. Cool. But yeah, that's
cool.
It's legit. It's totally legit. And to further cement the statement that mobile gaming can no longer be looked down on by the quote-unquote hardcore gamers, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is now available on mobile phones. It came a week after Fortnite.
Oh, I bet it did. I bet they rushed the crap out of that.
Well, to be fair, this one isn't actually a beta release. This is a full-on. It's on Android and iOS. They are also.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy because it's not fully out on. It is on Xbox, but it's still in game preview.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's really interesting. So it's their full release. They developed it it wasn't the main developer that did it. They did it in conjunction with Tencent Studios, who has done quite a lot of mobile games. But it's there, and I played that one too. I was number 2. My first game of PUBG
is
ever.
Is PUBG free?
Yeah, it is on mobile.
Oh my gosh.
Again, in-app purchases associated with the thing, and there are ads.
Oh, there are ads.
Yes.
I was sitting there thinking, I wonder if people are going to be upset because this is the big thing that people have been talking about is PUBG when it releases on Xbox, when it fully releases, they're like, they have to make it free to compete with Fortnite.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I wonder what they're going to do with that.
Yep. Well, and I think they know that they got to figure out some other way to monetize the thing because it's
dude,
Fortnite is there and Fortnite is just as good.
Dude, what a story though. Like the underdog, just Fortnite, just like, we're coming out with this type of game. oh, that's cool. PUBG did that. Let's just throw ours out there and then.
It's such a blatant ripoff.
Oh man,
But
yeah.
It's the funny thing is it's a blatant ripoff, but the construction aspects of the base Fortnite game actually play into the battle royale system very well.
Yeah,
like they lucked out with.
Dude,
that,
I watched some streamers and I'm like, there's no way.
they're
I start
nuts.
thinking, I'm like, there's no way I could do that on a console, because what people do is they key map the walls and things, and I'm like, on a console you have
it's all hotkeys.
So I'm like, oh, dude,
Yeah,
like,
you got to have a keyboard. Like, holy crap!
So.
In order to build stuff like that, you have to have a keyboard. I didn't see anybody actually building anything in the mobile version of Fortnite.
I doubt
it's
that.
really hard to get that pulled up and
bet.
put it down quickly. It just doesn't work. But yeah, PUBG, I played through. It was fantastic. Like, it ran smooth and looked like, console quality graphics. Like, it looked really good on my phone.
That makes me really upset. You know why? Because I have an X and it looks terrible on the X. That pisses me off. Actually,
it's better optimized for mobile phones.
Oh, that's funny. No, I'm not pissed, but that's just I haven't bought Fortnite or PUBG yet.
Yeah.
But that's the biggest thing. People are like, why does this look like garbage?
Yeah.
And then on
and
mobile,
my
it's
mobile
like,
phone,
hey,
it plays great. It's again, it's Tencent. They bring a lot of experience in developing really good looking games for mobile devices,
which is so cool. Like, I am actually really happy for this mobile thing, like, because it should just work. Because I would love for, I mean, even Landon, like, if there's a game that comes out for him that he's just like on top of Minecraft or something, that we all could just, hey, let's get into this server, go, boom.
To be fair, right now, I think the reason that PUBG is in, like, it's a full release instead of a beta right now, it is not, as far as I'm aware, supporting crossplay with any other platforms.
Well, yet.
From what I understand, the iOS version can play with the Android version. Like, when you log in, you're on the servers, it's just mobile phones everywhere.
Right.
So that, I could play against Landon. Obviously, you can't choose that. Actually, no, I could put him in a team with me, maybe.
There's probably some way, but you get my point. Like, at least they'll get to a point where you can at least join a server. Like, hey, let's join this server. At least we'll have an option to match up. So.
Yep. So yeah, it's
my cross-play thing's coming to fruition. Like, I wanted that at the beginning of the year, remember?
Yeah.
Cross-play. Yes.
Like, seriously, I can't. Anyone who is like, oh, you just play games on your phone? You're not a real gamer. Bullcrap. Baloney. The two
As
most
you headshot
popular...
him. Boom!
The two most popular PC games out there right now are frickin' Fortnite Battle Royale and PUBG. And they are both on mobile phones now. So, I'm sorry. You're playing games on a mobile phone? You're a gamer. That's just how it is. Yep. You play games where you want to play games and you have fun playing them. Calling all platforms. Now, my one complaint about PUBG on mobile is, again, no support for MFI controllers.
Yeah.
Let's just have that, please. Now, just building. Just building on this. Ark Survival Evolved is going to be launching on iOS soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this spring is what they said. It's spring right now. So, anytime now. They say it's going to have the entire gameplay experience. It'll be the full, like, not the entire game, but the original, like, core Ark Survival Evolved game.
Mm-hmm.
The full island. You can get in there, you get servers, you can get with your buddies, all the constructing, all of the dinosaurs. Not as many dinosaurs as the original game, because, again, the servers aren't as powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But you can explore, you can build, you can craft, you can hunt, you can tame dinosaurs, you can do everything you can do in Ark Survival Evolved. It's all going to be there. The gameplay trailer was supposedly recorded on an iPhone 8 that they showed, and it looks legit. It looks just like the PC version of the game. It's actually super cool, and it's going to be free to play, which, microtransactions up the wazoo, I'm sure. But seriously, there's another one. Massively popular open world game that was huge on PC, still has a huge player base, and there's actually kind of a Battle Royale version of Ark Survival Evolved as well, called Survival of the Fittest.
I've heard.
But, that's also coming to mobile devices. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, you want a game on a phone? Sure.
Now, did you say that connects to other servers, which connects other platforms? Or do they have their own servers? They
haven't said yet. Right now, I kind of doubt that you'll be able to play with PC players, but I mean,
see, that wouldn't
maybe
be too
that's
bad.
Just for the initial release of the game, and maybe it'll come later.
See, that would be really cool, because the way I see that, I was like, the thing I would do on the phone for Ark is to feed the dinosaurs so they don't die.
Yes.
No, like because that's what happens. If there's a server, you have dinos, they still have to eat.
Yep.
So when you say you don't play the game for a while, You
Yeah.
come back on, your dinos are dead.
Yeah, your options are to either let them roam, which means that you can never find them when you want them,
Correct.
or leave them penned up, and then you have to go in there and feed them regularly, otherwise they starve to death.
Yep.
Good times.
So that would be one thing I'd look at, like, oh, this is great. I'm going to go hop in real fast, feed,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Mobile gaming is really taking off this year, and we're all pretty
good.
impressed.
Good.
So, next big piece of news is a game that definitely will not be launching on mobile devices this year. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, officially revealed as Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Which we already
The
knew.
tiny teaser trailer that we got for the thing was like 30 seconds long. It looks like it's going to be in a Central American jungle. That's kind of what it looked like based on not a whole lot of information, but whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what we know so far. They did tell us that it is slated currently for a September 14th release of this year. So like, dadgum, that's sooner than I was expecting. And they're going to give a full reveal of the thing on April 23rd, which will include a full trailer, that like a full story trailer of the game, followed by gameplay trailers after that, leading up to a September release. So, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, it's coming, and I'm super, super excited because
this is supposed to end the beginning of Laura. They said
Right.
this is her beginning story. Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are all the prequel games, whatever. Before Laura was the bad A that had a T-Rex head mounted on her wall.
Two pistol.
This is the Laura leading up to that, and if the first two games were parts 1 and 2 of her trilogy, which frankly, story-wise, they felt more like parts 1 and 2 of a trilogy than any other story-based games I've ever played. So
I've only played one. I
fantastic.
haven't got to 2 yet.
Oh, it's so
but
good.
yeah,
Super good. But yeah, so if they manage to wrap this up as a successful third part of a trilogy, then great. That means that they will have tied the Uncharted franchise in terms of fan satisfaction, is what it basically amounts to. So yeah, we're looking for that later this year. Another thing, so that was announced at the Game Developer Conference this past week. Also announced at that, or coming out of that, was not announced, but coming out of that, some conversations. We are rumored to be getting a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster this year. Probably that will be releasing with this year's, they already
Black
released...
Ops.
Well,
I think Black Ops is next.
Yes, so they're on a Black Ops cycle. Right, because they released World War II
And
already. Was that last year that came out?
this year was World War II.
This year was World War II.
And then before was Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinite War, which was
terrible. Well, I okay, guys, I don't play Call of Duty. The last Call of Duty game was Modern Warfare 2 that I played.
There you go.
So
this is the remaster for you.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring
okay.
you back specifically.
Yeah, it was okay.
Everything I've heard about Infinite Warfare that from people that have played it is that the best part of the game was the remastered version of Modern Warfare that it came with.
I heard
that
too.
was everyone said that.
That's what I heard. That's why they bought it.
We're fully expecting that to be the reason people buy whatever the next Call of Duty game is as well.
Yeah.
To be fair, World War II was different, thankfully.
I need to get that. People said that campaign alone is worth the money.
It seemed like, to me, kind of a bummer, because any other year I would have been like, good job, Call of Duty, for waking up and going back to your roots and doing something cool.
Yeah.
Except for it came after Battlefield 1. So, good job, Call of Duty, for following the obvious market trend set by Battlefield, who already did what you should have done in the first place. So, anyways.
Speaking of Battlefield, is that going to... If I say this, is that good? You have something about Battlefield?
I don't have something about Battlefield. No, go ahead.
They announced that World War II will be the next thing for Battlefield. So.
Okay. Well, which was where they started, so they have now come full circle.
There you go. Go ahead.
Good times. Okay, so over the past couple of weeks, we have had a bunch of new stuff launch. Sea of Thieves, obviously, we have already talked about. There's a few other things I want to mention. First of all, Brigitte launched on the same day as Sea of Thieves, which was really rude. Because I have not had time to do both of them.
You guys, it is so rude.
Just seriously.
Blizzard, I love you, but give me a day.
It's oh my gosh. Super fun. I love Brigitte. She's my go-to right now. There are some situations where she's not really viable. In those situations, I play Moira. If one of them doesn't work, the other one does. It's fantastic. I love it. They are my go-to duo right now for support, and I love playing
I'm Mercy
support.
Brigitte too, so you're...
It's fantastic. So yeah, she launched on the 20th. Also on the 20th, which was the day that Sea of Thieves launched, Attack on Titan 2 launched. I don't know how many people out there are familiar with the Attack on Titan manga or the Attack on Titan anime or the original Attack on Titan video game. This game, this kind of like mythos, this whole world has been around for years.
Yes.
I watched the anime. It's the kind of thing that I would only recommend to people who A, like anime, and B, are okay with lots of gore. Because holy crap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gore in that anime.
All right.
I got the manga on a Humble Bundle for $18, the whole thing. There's a lot of gore in that, too. Actually, I imagine there's probably a lot of gore in the game as well. People get eaten whole in this game. It's really kind of horrifying.
Okay.
That being said, the main gist of the game is that there are these soldiers that are trying to bring down these giant titans that are eating people that zip around on what they call a vertical maneuvering gear, which basically is just they shoot wires from their waist and latch them onto buildings Spider-Man style and then fly around while they use swords to try and chop up the titans. It sounds really goofy, and the first time you see it, you're going to be like they're literally flying by the seat of their pants. That's what it looks like. That's the first thing that you're going to think, but it is like it looked cool in the manga. When they released the anime, it's like super dope to watch these guys fly around. And from what I understand, the game did a really good job of giving you that sense of controlling them while they're zipping around on this vertical maneuvering gear and flying around. So basically, it's like the Spider-Man game that we kind of always wished that we had, where they got the web slinging right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is. So Attack on Titan 2, from everything I've heard, is just a much better refined version of the first game that continues the story on from the first game. So if you played the first one, obviously, lock it in. If you have watched the manga or read the manga or watched the anime and you're interested in the games, just controlling that vertical maneuvering stuff, take a look at it. It's out. Okay, on the 23rd, so a couple of days later, A Way Out was released.
Yes.
So we talked about this a little bit when it was introduced in last year?
Yes,
I want to say.
last year. Yep.
When they first introduced it, it is basically like the whole point of the game is that it's a cinematic co-op adventure. You have to play the entire thing with somebody else.
Yep.
Like, you have to have a friend. You can play it remotely, but you are intended to play it in the same room. Couch co-op. And it's not a straight split screen. Sometimes one of the characters is going to be doing something that's more important than the other character, and their screen is going to be bigger than yours. Sometimes you can't even control your character because the other person has the entire screen all to themselves. It's basically you are playing these two characters through a movie while they go.
Yes. And
the entire thing is built around trying to give you the most interactive movie watching experience that you can possibly get. But the focus is on story, the focus is on the characters. It is a movie that is interactive. So, kind of like the modern refinement of FMV games a little bit.
yeah.
Anyways, I've heard really good things. If you're big into story-based games, this is a fantastic one to look at.
I also heard that you get a token for it, so you can give it to another person to play.
Yes, that's true. If you want to play it with somebody, you only have to buy it once.
Yep.
You buy it once, and they can play it with you.
Yep. You give them that's what they call it, a token to play with you.
Yep.
So.
And the game itself, the whole campaign is about 7 hours long. So it's not an enormously long game. So you can, in theory, if you wanted to, you could sit down and do it in a single sitting or just a couple of shorter sittings.
Yeah.
A couple of hours here and there. Across 3 sittings, you can sit down and do it with somebody.
Yes.
So there it is, A Way Out. It's really interesting, unique. Nothing else like this on the market. Definitely worth a look. And the other thing that was released on the 23rd was Detective Pikachu, which released on the 3DS. It's been out in Japan for years. This is the Western release of it, finally. And this is a game set in the Pokemon universe, so there's Pokemon running around, and everyone knows this. And the main character is I don't think he's actually the player character. Like, I don't think you control him. I think you control, like, his buddy or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the main character of the game is a Pikachu who is a detective.
Please tell me he's dressed like
crime.
Sherlock Holmes. 'Cause
No.
that would be awesome.
Not that kind of detective. He's like a film noir detective. So he wears a fedora and, like,
Gotcha.
that kind of style. And he's fully voiced
Yes,
by
he is.
a human man.
Yep.
Who has a very gravelly kind of film noir detective voice style. So he's, like, narrating everything like this. And it's all serious. And
Yes.
and he talks. Like,
That's
straight
weird.
up. Yeah.
I heard
Isn't
that's
that
Ryan.
Really
strange?
weird.
I heard that's Ryan Reynolds.
Is it what? That would be amazing.
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
amazing.
No, I heard
I
he's
can neither confirm nor deny
Okay.
this, but that's fantastic if true.
because I think they're coming out with a Pikachu movie,
Yep.
and
Yep.
I think
rumor is.
he's voicing Detective Pikachu.
Yes, which is perfect. That is frankly, I just love
Deadpool
everything.
is Pikachu.
I love everything about the concept of this game because it sounds to me like somebody in the Pokemon company walked up to the big boss and went, "Wouldn't this be hilarious?" And he was like, "Sure would. Go ahead and develop it."
Make it happen.
Like,
Make it
that's
so.
what it feels like, and
Make
it's
it so.
fantastic. So that is now out for Western audiences. If you've got a 3DS or handheld Nintendo device of that family, you can grab that. Okay, a little bit more Pokemon news. Pokemon Go is now going to be introducing new story missions and daily quests. So there's going to be some more single player progression beyond just collect them all,
Yeah.
which, is the collect them all was never the reason I played the Pokemon games. It was always because, story. And so
There you go.
this is, slowly but surely they're bringing Pokemon Go more in line with the reason I actually played Pokemon.
And
growing up.
it's another way to, hey, come back.
Yes. They keep trying.
Please
They
play
keep
our
trying.
game again.
They still haven't added battling your friends, and so I'm not.
Which that is like
That
when I first
priority
heard
number
when I
one.
first heard Pokemon Go, I was like, "Oh, that's amazing! You could battle in real life." Oh no,
Nope.
that's not
No,
there.
you can't. Freak. So, anyways, they are making improvements to the game, but until they get that, I'm not coming back. Okay. This next one. There is a new handheld console available
Oh boy.
for only $25
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
at Target.
Yes, it is.
It is Oregon Trail.
Oh, I saw this. I almost bought this like a week and a half ago. Yeah, I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I need this game."
It's like
Yeah, I was really tempted to buy it. I
It's-
was so close.
like I saw this and I was like, that's really dumb, but also can I have
No,
Shut
it's
up-
amazing.
shut up and take
it's
my money.
amazing.
I want one.
It is so cool.
I will be honest, I totally would have bought one if it wasn't for the fact that I have legitimately computers
That can
that
run Oregon
only,
Trail.
only exist so that I can run OG Oregon Trail.
So is it OG Oregon Trail in this?
It's based on OG Oregon Trail. So it's
Okay.
not like the revamped versions that were
Yeah.
like, let's make this more for an education market. It's more like, yeah, we took the original Oregon Trail and basically built off of that. So it looks and feels just like the original Oregon Trail, and you fall into a river when you shouldn't, and everyone drowns for no reason, and you get dysentery, and everyone
Everyone
dies for
dies
no
of
reason,
dysentery.
and you're just walking along, and somebody breaks a leg, and you're like, frick, well, just kill him, whatever. You make sure to stock up on 99 bullets before you leave, and just spend your money on bullets, and don't spend your money on
Yeah.
anything else, and kill all of the buffalo while you go across. Even though you can only carry 150 pounds of food, you shoot 450
I know, you
pounds
shoot
of meat
all the food.
every time you stop
Yeah,
to hunt,
well,
which is
naturally.
every 30 feet. Anyways, yes. OG Oregon Trail in a handheld console. At
It's
Target,
about
$25.
It's about the size of the original Game Boy. It's
It
quite
is.
large,
It is huge.
That's awesome.
which makes it even more great.
Yep.
Yeah, I was really tempted to buy one when I
Oregon
saw it.
Trail.
Looks fantastic. Okay.
Wow.
Last piece of game news that I have. Hellblade is finally coming to Xbox One in April.
Yes.
So it's been out on PC and PS4 for around about a year now, actually. Super, super amazing game. Easily my favorite game of 2017. Just straight up best game of 2017. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. So all you Xbox One owners, it's 10% off if you pre-order it.
How much is it?
It is $30 normally. So 10% off is going to give you
$3.
Yeah.
Sweet. I might look into it. I've heard you talk about this. So
It is such a good game. It's worth every penny. I
Okay.
kid you not. It's like a 6 to 7 hour, game, so it's not super long. But for that price, you are getting, first of all, you are getting a great visual experience. You're getting 6 to 7 hours of some of the best narrative gameplay I have ever experienced, and some of the most immersive character development in the history of entertainment. Full stop.
Okay.
I'm not really aware of movies, TV shows, books, games, anything. I'm not aware of much else that does character development as well as this game does. And you are getting, by far, the best audio experience in a video game. Ever. So, $30. Well worth it.
Okay.
Totally check it out. Coming this April.
I just might check that out.
And that is all the news that I have.
If I can squeeze that in between Sea of Thieves and Brigitte.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's the battle.
Because, dude, Because I got quite a few games, and I look at them and I'm like, I'm just gonna play Sea of Thieves. But gosh, dang it!
I do that every time I boot up. I'm like, oh, Steam. I have 187 games in Steam. I've got like 40 something games in GOG. I've got a whole bunch. Like I've got 5 Blizzard games other than Overwatch.
And then I've got Sea of Thieves right here.
And then I've got 6 games from the Microsoft Store. And I look at all of them in addition to my stack of CDs from when I was a kid. They're all still running Windows 10. And then I play Overwatch every time.
No, it's that's such a. The thing is, Overwatch. It's such a great game. See, I stopped playing it. There's probably a month, and then I was just able to just come back, and it just fall right back into place. It was great. So.
Feels totally natural. It's awesome.
Yep. So, is that everything?
Yeah, that is it.
All right, Landon, you don't have one more thing?
Nope.
All right, no surprise. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Sorry that we didn't have an episode last week because Landon, Mr. Scurvy, it's all his fault. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I was sick as well.
Wes
we
was
both
the one
were sick.
dying.
I literally was dying.
And I was sitting over there at home on a pile of notes like, I'm going to have so much to talk about next week.
But thank you. Thank you for listening. Thanks for the support. And everyone have a great week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.